has a grace period. Yes, it does. Hey, this is Amber Lee with successwithamberlee.com. Make sure you go over there, put in your name and email address, jump on my newsletter. I have some cool stuff that I send out daily, including little videos like this. So let's talk about this. Money has a grace period. What does that mean? I can remember, if you know anything about my story, you know that I've been in the industry for 6 years, almost 7. I struggled for the first 4, didn't make a dime, maybe got a handful of leads. And then about 2 years ago, things started changing around for me. But here's the thing. Things started changing because I started to learn some new concepts and principles, and I started to put them into play. But the money didn't come right away. And I used to get really discouraged because I didn't understand it. Jim Rohn says that money doesn't far exceed personal development, right? And I used to think, gosh, well, I'm doing the work, and I'm applying the principles, and I'm changing my mindset, and I'm doing the goal setting, and I'm taking the action. Why isn't the money coming? Well, most of us, because society has taught us, we want that instant gratification. And it wasn't necessarily that I wanted it. I thought that that's how it worked. I thought that that's how money was created and how things worked. And in this industry, what happens and what I've learned is that money definitely has a grace period, because things need to cycle out, right? When we start to change our mindset, we start to change our actions, when we start to change the things that we're doing, we have to give ourselves, and even the universe, or whatever you want to call it, you got to give it some time to cycle itself out, to come back around, to produce some things. And here's the thing, it doesn't take a whole lot of time. Within a couple of months, or really within a couple of days of doing some different things, I was creating some leads. Within a couple of weeks to a couple of months, I was creating money. And the money wasn't always super big, right? But what happened is, it wasn't a whole lot in the beginning, but it snowballed. It became more and more as I continued to take the action. Why am I telling you this? That money has a grace period? Because what I would do in the beginning, which was why I struggled and it took so long, is that I would take the action, and because I didn't see instant gratification from it or instant results, I would stop. And then I would have to get started again. It's like when you run, right? You're running and you feel like you're going to throw up and your body hurts and you don't feel that feel-good feeling yet, so you stop. And then it's so much harder to get started again, right? To get that momentum and get started again. And it hurts even more. And it's the same thing, when we're building our businesses or our career or whatever it is that we're trying to create in life. When we stop, it becomes much harder to create that momentum. But when I started to realize that, hey, money has a grace period, it's not that what I'm doing isn't creating results. I'm not giving myself enough time to see the results. Okay? So if you're in that position and you're kind of doing some things and you're thinking, this ain't working, give it a little bit of time. Give it 90 days, and do it really consistently. And you'll start seeing some results. And here's the thing is, a lot of times it's the energy behind it. And when we don't believe in it, it doesn't create much for us, right? And so sometimes we have to create that muscle. I call it that hustle, the muscle of hustle. You got to create that so that you can build up that momentum and keep going. That way you're not starting and stopping, and understand that the money will come. I promise you, the money will come. The leads will come. The results will come. The acclamations will come. The accomplishments will come. But they won't come if you don't continue to go. So I use that principle, and I keep that in the back of my head all the time, especially when I start something new. I'm always keeping that Amber, money has a grace period. So just because the results aren't coming now doesn't mean that they won't come. So I hope this helps you. Go ahead and make sure, again, that you go over to successwithamberlee.com, put in your name and email address, and jump on my newsletter. If you're seeing this on Facebook and you see me, make sure that you shoot me a message. Let's meet and get to know each other. Let's talk about where you are in your business. Maybe I might have some things that can help you out and get you to the next level. And I will see you on the next video.